Get a secure and well-paid job. Did you ever hear this while growing up? Just go to school, get good grades so you can get a secure and well-paid job. 95% of you have been raised to believe that this is the road to financial success. Well, there is a very different reality that the very few know about. Robert Kiyosaki is now infamous around the globe for his best-selling book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you want an animated summary for that book, there's a link above. He's reputed to have a net worth of around $80 million, which isn't that shabby, really. Now, his second best-selling book is the Cashflow Quadrant, where he explains that there are essentially 4 routes to becoming wealthy. This animation is a summary of this book, in simple, digestible steps for you. Welcome to the Peak Performance Channel, where you come to boost your motivation, productivity, and wealth. Don't forget to subscribe. In Rich Dad's Cashflow Quadrant, Robert Kiyosaki explains that there are 4 different paths to becoming wealthy, but some of them are more efficient than others. Lesson number 1, the Cashflow Quadrant. Robert Kiyosaki talks a lot about the Cashflow Quadrant. The Cashflow Quadrant is a model that explains how people can become wealthy. There are 4 different ways to make money, and where you stand on the quadrant depends on where most of your money comes from. E, the employee. S, the small business owner or self-employed. B, the big business owner. I, the investor. E, the employee wants to feel safe at work. He becomes successful financially by climbing the corporate ladder. You might find him saying things like, "I'm looking for a safe job with nice colleagues and great benefits." S, the small business owner or self-employed person usually wants to be in control. They achieve financial success by becoming highly specialized in a demanding field. And you might find them say something like, "I'm looking for a job where I can be compensated well for my skills and the time where I am in charge." B, the big business owner wants freedom. He becomes successful by creating a profitable system for his business. And you might hear him say something like, "I'm looking for people who are smarter than me to run my business." I, the investor, also wants freedom, but he does this by giving his money to places where it can make the most money. You might hear him say that he is looking for a place where his money can work hard and make him a lot of money. Lesson number 2, OPT and OPM. The number 1 difference between the left side of the Cashflow Quadrant and the right side is OPT and OPM. OPT stands for other people's time, and OPM for other people's money. A person from the B quadrant uses OPT and OPM when he is designing a business system where he can hire people from the E and S quadrants while using money from people of the I quadrant. People in the I quadrant use OPT to make money. They can use their own money or other people's money to make more money. The more successful someone is in the E and S quadrants, the more money they make. However, this also means they have to work harder. Lesson number 3, the pros and cons of the quadrants. Employee pros: reduced financial uncertainty, paid vacation, health insurance and other benefits, and colleagues. Empty cons: success means more work and less free time. Your performance is often higher than your salary, if you're not a slacker, that is. Small business pros: you are your own boss. You're paid according to performance. Small business cons: success means more work and less free time and financial uncertainty. You might lose money on this. Big business pros: OPT, other people's time, and OPM, other people's money. Financial freedom can be achieved very quickly and a greater portion of your profits goes to you. Big business cons: you might lose money. It requires a different set of skills than what school teaches, and you'll have to manage people. Investor pros: OPT, other people's time, and OPM, other people's money. Again, financial freedom can be achieved quickly. a greater portion of your profits goes to you. In other words, less tax, and it can be passive. Investor cons. Financial uncertainty. You might lose money. Lesson number 4. The right side of the quadrant is where you will achieve financial freedom the fastest. So now we have to ask the question, how can we move to the right side of the quadrant fastest? Remember, money is a great servant, but a truly awful master. Don't give in to the addiction of money. Addiction to anything is not a good thing. Similar to money, each quadrant has an addictive force. If you are addicted to being an employee, it's hard to break that addiction. If you're used to the security and benefits and paid holidays that a job brings you, then it's difficult to break that addiction. Thomas Edison was criticized for making 1,014 mistakes before creating the electric light bulb. In response, he said, "I did not fail 1,014 times. I successfully found what did not work 114 times." So, how do you make this transition? Well, the first thing you should do is surround yourself with like-minded people. People who have either already successfully made the journey or are in the process of making the journey. Lesson number 5. There are 5 levels of investors. According to Robert Kiyosaki, there are 5 different levels of investors, and you need to understand what they are and how you can progress on this journey. Starting from the bottom. Level 1. People at the 0 financial intelligence level have no money to invest. Each month, their expenses are more than their income. This often happens because they forgot to pay themselves first. This is the most important rule for building wealth, and it is taught in The Richest Man in Babylon. Level 2. If you save your money by putting it in a bank account with low interest or under your mattress, you will be in the top 50% of people financially. But this is not a good personal finance plan because inflation is making the value of your money decrease. Inflation has been increasing recently, and that is happening faster than ever before. Level 3. Just too busy level. Many people are too busy with their careers, families, friends, and vacations to invest on their own, so they give their money to someone else to do it for them. The problem with this approach is that these people never learn how to invest. Level 4. I'm a professional level. This is the do-it-yourself investor. He uses his own money and makes his own decisions. He is learning about this subject, but he hasn't reached the last level yet. As you are watching this channel, I expect that you are already at this level or higher, or that you want to get to this level. You have done. Level 5. The capitalist level. This is an investor who has learned to use the concepts from the B quadrant. For example, he doesn't invest alone. He has advisors who help him gather information about the markets. The level 5 investor is the person who will reach financial freedom first. They use OPM, other people's money, and their own money. What level of investor are you? So here's a quick summary of this video. There are 4 different roads to financial success. You may succeed as the employee, the self-employed, the business owner, and/or the investor. The right side of the cash flow quadrant uses OPT, time, and OPM, money. If you wish to move to the B and AI quadrants, you must learn to accept risks, make mistakes, and surround yourself with others that have achieved what you wish to do. There are 5 levels of investors, and the greatest profits goes to the level 5 investor who has learned how to implement business concepts in his investing approach. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.